Hey y'all, I'm Chris, and this is It Worth It, y'all? And today, my microphone apparently was not plugged into my phone whenever I did this recording. What we're going to make for you today is what we like to call keto breakfast muffins. So we are going to use some salami and some pepperoni that we had left over from pizza making last month, our homegrown onion and bell pepper, with some cheese and some eggs, and we're going to use the jumbo muffin pan, and we are going to create breakfast sandwiches. You don't see my air quotes. Breakfast sandwiches that we can eat this month during our little keto challenge for the month of September. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up all these vegetables, get them in a pan with a little bit of oil, and get those sauteed so they are nice and tender before we build these sandwiches. I will say there's something to be said about the quality of the homegrown vegetables. We have seen a noticeable difference. The bell peppers are just sweeter. The onions are sweeter. It's something about the quality of the vegetable that walking 15 feet to go get your onion versus having it traipse halfway across the country. It does make a difference, and we feel that it was totally worth growing all those onions. And if you haven't seen that video when we harvested all the onions, I'll link it here. That was a trip. I did put 2 jalapenos in there. Those are homegrown. I did not de-seed. I did not devein. Greg and I both like spice, so we went ahead and added it to the mix. I can't get over these onions, y'all. They are so sweet. When you cook them, they're just absolutely wonderful. These came from Dixondale Farms in Texas, and I think I bought 300 starts and maybe a little bit more because they throw some extra in there. And we ended up with 300 onions, y'all. This is the best onion harvest we've ever had. And I just can't speak highly enough about Dixondale Farms out of Texas. Aren't they pretty? That all grew in our backyard. Next on the list is we are going to build the muffins. We are going to oil the pan first. Even though the pepperoni and the salami have a lot of fat in it, I still want to grease the pan just a little bit. I believe this is a coconut oil spray. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lay in the pepperoni and the salami. Now, the pepperoni was really easy to work with here. It was just cut thinner, and so it was easier to build. The salami was like a snack size salami, like the thickness and the roundness that you would find like in a Lunchable, if you know what I'm talking about. And it was really difficult to build those out and keep them in the pan and keep them from sliding around. It just didn't work out. I think when we do this over again, we'll use something that's probably a lot larger from the deli and cut a lot thinner so we could actually build the base out to create more of a cup than these little leftovers that we had. All right, now here comes Struggle Bus. These salamis just did not cooperate. Alrighty, now we're gonna start adding our ingredients. In total, I believe I used 8 or 9 eggs. I started out with 6, but then realized that I wasn't filling up the tray enough, so we went ahead and added a couple more eggs to the party. As you can see, we did not skimp on the cheese. We went in with some Dublinger cheese, we went in with some regular shredded cheese, and so we made sure that we had cheese on the bottom, cheese on the top, cheese in the middle. We love our cheese around here. Next is the addition of all of the sauteed vegetables. We went ahead and filled all of them up. We just divvied those vegetables out in the 6 cups. Ended up using all of the vegetables. It didn't overflow it as far as like adding it to the cup. So I'm glad we used the jumbo cups. I think I added 1 egg too many because one of the cups did spill in the oven just a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. And other than that, they turned out fantastic. And we're headed to the oven. All right, y'all, they baked for about 25 minutes and they definitely turned out good. They stuck to the pan a little bit, but that's okay. It didn't do too much damage to the pan, and we were able to salvage all 6. They set up in the oven very, very well. Like I said, the one spilled over, but nothing crazy. You can see it kind of formed a cup, but it wasn't like all the way around. The eggs slid through, so I'd like to do this in a way that it forms more of a cup around the base of the muffin. And I think it will help whenever we use thinner cuts of meat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is one of our most favorite items, actually. It's so simple, but it's so good, and it hits all the marks as far as the diet that we're following. So like this video if you haven't already. Please leave us a comment below. We always love interacting with you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And like always, we will see you on the next video. Bye, y'all.